Hi, you guys. Welcome to Pilatoga. So, as the name suggests, this is a blend of Pilates and yoga. So, you'll need either a bolster or a large pillow to sit on for the very beginning and then at the end. And then, if you want a little support for your back, you can either grab a rolled up towel or a yoga mat, something for a little cushioning, and or you can grab a Pilates ball if you have one. So, we are going to start seated. So, you can either come into your kneeling posture and just let your sitting bones ground into your bolster or into your pillow. You're welcome also to sit cross-legged. And if you don't want to use your pillow, you don't have to. It's kind of a nice way for us to feel the sitting bones anchor down, especially if we have some tightness in our hip flexors or our hamstrings. You can turn your palms downward against the body just to ground into the floor, or you can turn your palms upward to receive energy, or keep your hands at heart center. So we'll start by closing our eyes and bringing our mind to the breath. As you inhale, inhale through the nose, pulling in fresh air, fresh intention. And then open mouth, exhale, let everything go. As you exhale, feel yourself just sinking to the floor, feel your shoulders softening. As you inhale, pull in fresh air, fresh intention. And as you exhale, think of getting rid of anything not serving us. We can stay with that inhale in through the nose and out through the mouth, or you can seal your lips closed and come into that Ujjayi style breath. That inhale and exhale both out through the nose, feeling that breath warming in the back of the throat. Inhale, fully filling the lungs, and exhale completely through mouth or nose and just releasing. One more breath in stillness. And then if they're not already, blink open your eyes. Let's start to trace the chin across towards your left and then towards your right. So again, I'm going to stay with this range. If full head circles are in your practice, you can go ahead and do them. But I'm always going to suggest keep your neck and shoulders safer. Stay small. Just start to warm up through the neck. Let's do that one more time, either direction. And then bring your chin to parallel the floor. Still sitting tall through that chest. Take your right fingertips down. Lift your left arm up and lateral flexion. Inhale to reach a little further. And then exhale to come back upright. As you take your left fingertips down, right arm is up, lift up first. Exhale, sink into this. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, pull yourself back up. So inhale to lift the arm and exhale to sweep over. Inhale to come up and exhale. So if you're used to your Pilates work, this is similar to that mermaid. We inhale, lift, and we exhale, stretch, just warming up through the sides of the waist. Again, inhale through the nose, and you can exhale out through the mouth like we do in Pilates, or stay with that Ujjayi breath. So I will be cueing our breath as we go. You can choose to follow along with me, or you can always choose to breathe in any style that works for you. Our biggest important goal in any of our practice is that we continue to breathe, to pull in that fresh air, fresh intention. Let's come back to center. Let the arms either lace behind you, clasping the fingers, squeezing your shoulder blades as you open the chest, or keep them apart like you're holding a big beach ball. Still squeezing the shoulder blades and expanding the chest. Take an inhale to open, and then sigh it out. Now we'll start to twist over towards your right. Lift your heart, getting that nice rotation, and then come back the other way. Again, sitting tall as we rotate. Inhale, and then exhale, sway. Inhale, think of the crown of the head lifting, and then come back to center. So use your exhale to twist. Use your inhale to lengthen. And you can just let your arms naturally fall to the sides, whatever feels good to you right now. Exhale to rotate, inhale to lengthen. Exhale to the other side, and then inhale, lift your heart. Beautiful. Let's do that just one more time to either side. And then once you are done with that, coming back to center, bring your hands to heart center. Press the energy between the palms. Gently bow the head. Close your eyes. Take a deep inhale. And one more exhale. Just sigh it out. And then open up your chest. Go ahead and step off this bolster or pillow we'll use at the end. And now we're coming into all fours. So we have our hands under shoulders, knees under hips. You'll inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale to curl. So remember, you come at your own breath pace, never feeling rushed nor held back. Let that inhale expand. Let that exhale connect and tighten one last time. And then you'll find your way right between those two extremes. Abdominals are held in. Inhale. Exhale, extend one arm opposite leg and down. Now as you extend, if you're taking care of your shoulders, keep your thumbs up, your palms facing the body. Think of sliding the shoulder down away from your ears. And as you're exhaling, pulling that navel center in so you're supporting your back. Your gaze is settling just past the fingertips, keeping your head in that beautiful line with the rest of the spine. Let's do one more time each side. Exhale, extend. Inhale down. Spinal balance, starting to wake up through the core. And now holding the opposite arm and leg, little pulses. Again, feel that crease at the base of the seat. Keep your abdominals nice and tight. You hold for 4, 3, 2. Now bend your knee in half. You can take your hand to the small of the back and remain here, or you can reach back around to or towards your ankle. Spread your other 5 fingers into the floor. Inhale, reach your chest. Exhale, tighten through the abdominals. Think of that head in line with the spine. One more breath wherever you are. And then on the next inhale, release. Exhale down, inhale. Exhale, extend other opposite arm and leg. Now hold at the top. Slide the shoulder down and little pulses. Squeeze the base of the seat. Keep your abdominals nice and connected. You have 4, 3, 2. Now hold there. Bend your knee in half. You can bring your hand to the small of the back, or you can reach around to or towards your ankle. Other 5 fingers press down, thumb away from the first finger. Power into the floor as you inhale, reach your chest. Exhale, tighten your abdominals. One more full breath. Beautiful. And then inhale, release. Exhale, hand down, and you're back into that shell stretch. Nice rounded child's pose. Take a full inhale. Let it go as you inhale, snake your chest. And round. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. Inhale, reach. And exhale, round. So remember, this is just your variation of your cat and cow. Starting to feel your back warming up. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. Let your elbows hug the carpet. Think about really squeezing your shoulder blades. And then find your midpoint, hands under shoulders. Spread your fingers. Back your knees back 2 or 3 inches. Tuck your toes. And let's come into that downward dog, that inverted V shape. Again, suction cup your hands down. Think of lifting your tailbone. It doesn't matter if the heels reach the floor, they can hover or reach. Take a generous bend in your right knee and then your left. As you're doing this, you're also feeling a shift of your hips. Feel that active stretch in your calf, in your Achilles as your head hangs down. One more time, either side, and then feel your heels reach downward. Counter that by lifting the tailbone. Take one more inhale. Exhale, side out. Inhale, pull forward into your plank. Now as you're in your plank, hands directly under shoulders. Inhale, broaden. Exhale, power the floor away. Hug tricep to bone. You can stay right here, or you can set your knees down. Remember, setting your knees down shortens the lever, makes it a little easier on that low back. Widen your chest. Inhale and exhale, power the floor away. Hug tricep to bone. Let's take 2 more breaths in stillness wherever you happen to be. Good. That inhale broadening, that exhale cinching and tightening. And then set your knees down. Come into that extension stretch. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. And then walk your elbows down. So now your elbows are where your hands were. Spread your fingers wide. Inhale, expand. Exhale, power the floor away if you're on your knees. Long line, head to knees. Otherwise, tuck into the balls of the feet, an option for saw. So getting a little bit more movement at that ankle. If and only if you're on the balls of the feet, you have the option. Rolling forward towards your toes, then towards your heels. Spread your fingers wide, let your gaze settle right at the thumbs. Keeping that navel center lifted, protect your back. Either a long line from head to heels or head to knees. 2 more. And then hold, power the floor away, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, come down into Sphinx. Let your hip bones, pubic bones settle, take that inhale to reach. Exhale, sigh it down, arms out. Swim your arms beside you. Palms can face inward, tip your hip bones, pubic bone down. We inhale. Exhale into that locust. Slide your shoulders down. If your feet are lifted, point your toes. Reach them away from the sternum. You can also keep your feet down here. Take an inhale and exhale. And then come down, turn your head one way. Turn your head the other way. Take your hands under shoulders. Push yourself back into that shell stretch. And then sweep your legs around to the side. Go ahead and grab your rolled up towel or your mat if you're using it. Take it right to that sacrum. So you're just wedging that up against the very lowest part of your back. Bend your knees. Inhale, sit up tall, and exhale, round your back. Inhale and exhale. Now in that Pilates breath, we typically exhale through pursed lips, like we're breathing out through a straw. Start to zip your inner thighs together and either have your whole foot or your heels down. Take an inhale and exhale. As you exhale, pulling that navel center in, like someone is punching you in the gut. We can always choose to hold on, or we can let go. Again, if we're letting go, try to keep that tension out of the neck. Chin off your chest. You have 4. Exhale, 3. Last 2. And last time. Take an inhale, exhale, one arm up. Inhale, exhale, the other arm. So find a pace that challenges you. You are pulling that navel center in. We're in that scoop position from Pilates. Every exhale, the arms separate. We know the bigger the arm movement, the more challenge. Exhale. Good, very nice. Every time you exhale, re-tilt the pelvis to the ribs. Again, if you have that towel, feel your sacrum, very lowest part of that back, pressing into the towel. Good, 4. Last 3. Last 2. Now come back center. Take it up an inch and down. So now you're layering contraction on contraction, reaching your fingers. Now, if you want a little bit more aid, you hook your hands behind your hamstrings, bend your elbows. Otherwise, stay here, pressing the inner thighs. And if you're like, I want to work a little bit more, you can take your hands behind your head. Let your head fall back, fingertips wide. So why this is harder, you have a little bit more weight to lift. As you're lifting, take that bottom of the rib cage up and over and down. 4 more. You have 4. Wherever you are, whatever variation. Final 2. Keep going. Very nice. And last time, inhale, exhale, twist. Take it, inhale, and exhale. So you are still keeping that scoop position, that lumbar flexion, still keeping the ears in line with shoulders. Use your exhale. As we exhale through pursed lips in Pilates, we feel that resistance against the roof of the mouth. You have 4. You have 3. Last 2. And last time. Now stay to one side. Now wring it out. Now remember, if you want to hold on, you can hold on right to the hamstring. Keep those inner thighs zipped. Otherwise, you reach your fingers and your elbow apart. Keep that head up. Keep the tilt. You are still absorbing that low back towards that towel. Go 4. Go 3. Last 2. And right to the other side. Rotate. Now again, you can hold on. If you're holding on, notice how that elbow is bent. Good. Keep that tilt to the pelvis and wring it out. Every time you exhale, a little bit further. Go 8. Zip the inner thighs. 7. So you're really twisting from that torso. Go for 4. Go 3. Last 2. Now come back to center. Tip and hold. 4. Exhale. 3. Last 2. Now turn your palms up. It's cross. Open. Take it up. Let's speed that up. It's cross, open, lift, lower. Now again, if you don't want to use these arms, you can hold back on and just add those little curls. So it's cross, open, up and down. Cross, open, up, down. That little lift, bottom of the ribs, up and over. You have 4. Good. You have 3. Good, 2. And last time. Now you can stay right here with the towel behind your back. Otherwise, we're gonna roll forward. Get rid of that towel. Take a little spine stretch forward. Take an inhale. And exhale, let it go. Roll yourself up. Feet are about hip distance. Make sure you have some room behind you on your carpet or your mat. And we're gonna roll about halfway back and dive. Now that halfway back, you are tilting the pelvis to the ribs. If you do not like this sensation, you just take that towel or that rolled up yoga mat or that Pilates ball back where it was. You have 4. Exhale, you have 3. Pushing into the feet or the heels. Last 2. Excellent. And last time. Now start to make it bigger. Inhale, start to roll down. Exhale all the way. Inhale. Exhale, nod your chin. So maybe you're making it all the way down, guiding that back down, vertebra by vertebra, and maybe you're not. Maybe you're like, okay, I'm going halfway, and then you're coming back up. I want you to go where you can work with that nice rounded, articulating spine. So if you feel yourself having to force yourself up, or feel any tension in your low back, just make the movement smaller. 2 more times. Inhale, start to roll down. Exhale all the way. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, start to roll down. And exhale, this will be our last time. Now reclaim the legs, and you're gonna roll down with those knees to tabletop. Now we're in our thoracic flexion. That lumbar spine is into the floor. Now we're curling up and over. We are lining those knees right up over those hips. Feet a little higher than the knees. Again, you can stay holding on. Gives you a little help. You have 4. You have 3. Last 2. Now single leg stretch. You press out and out. The knees stop over the hips. You want to keep that sacrum down. Now you're staying ideally curled up, bottom of the rib cage, up and over. You can also do that traditional Pilates guide of the legs. One hand in by the knee, other out. If you want to come down, you still keep the tip of the pelvis here. Close your ribs and just give your neck a break. Come back when you're ready. You have just 4, just 3, last 2. Now zip your inner thighs, curl, hold. Your knees again right over the hips. Soften your elbows, soften your shoulders. 4, here's 3, last 2. Now start to reach. You reach and pull. As the arms go overhead, you'll feel how that wants to pull the body down. You are fighting against that, keeping the bottom of the rib cage curled up and over. As the knees come towards you, they stop over the hips. Keep that orange between the chin and the chest. Always that option, remember, to take that head down. You have 4 and circle. Last 3 and circle. Last 2 and last time. Hug your knees in. Roll yourself up. Keep your fingertips facing forward and lift into that reverse plank. Now that reverse plank, you can stay in the full version here, long line forward, head to toes, or you can tuck into the feet. That'll give you a little more support so you're standing on your feet. Also shortens the lever. Squeeze your seat. Fingertips facing forward towards the body, fingers towards your feet. One more inhale. Exhale, let it go, and then roll forward. Take that beautiful inhale and sigh it out one more time. Inhale in through the nose, and then exhale out through nose or out through mouth. Go ahead and roll yourself up. Sweep your legs around to the side, and then go ahead back into all 4s. So going back into that cat and that cow. So again, you're exhaling, rounding, and inhaling, reaching. Good. Couple more times. One more. Use your exhale to tuck your chin. Gaze out past the fingers. Now find your midpoint right between your 2 extremes. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Power into the balls of the feet. Hover your knees, maybe 2 or 3 inches off the floor, such that your shoulders and hips are about the same height. This is our tabletop plank, sometimes called our knee hover. Spread the thumb away from the first finger and push comparatively more weight between the thumb mound and first finger mound. Keep the gaze out ahead of the fingers. Take an inhale. Exhale, pike up to that downward dog. Now again, you want to radiate the weight through the hands. Maybe the heels are hovering, maybe they're reaching all the way down to the floor. There is that activity of the heels coming downward. How far they come is up to you. That tailbone lifts, and we widen the sitting bones like we widen the hands. Maybe shake out the head, nod the chin, up and down. Take a deep inhale, and exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, pull forward to plank. We've been here before. We line those shoulders up right over the wrists. If we're on the balls of the feet, commit to it. Tighten through the quadriceps, inwardly rotating ankles, shins, thighs, keeping those abdominals nice and tight. Now if we're on the knees, we commit to that as well, softening the shoulders. Gaze is out. Now wherever you are, you have the option of adding on, pulling one knee in to its same elbow, challenging that stability, remembering that form is always the most important part. You have 4. You have 3. Last 2. And last time. And now hold here. Take an inhale. Exhale, slide one elbow down. Inhale. Exhale, slide the elbow down on the other side. And you're into that forearm plank. So we've been working in plank. It is possible those abdominals are a little fatigued. Always feel free to take a break. But before you do, set your knees down and see if shortening the lever might just do the trick. Energize your elbows towards you, the forearms, making that number 11. Inhale, breathe your head up in line with the spine. Exhale, tighten your gaze at your thumbnails. Just one more inhale. And as you exhale, come down through that Sphinx pose. Reach your arms in front. Thumbs up if you're caring for your shoulders. Slide your shoulders down. And we'll start to lift one arm and opposite leg. So use your exhale. Feel your hip bones, pubic bone, pushing down, reaching the fingers out and away. You have 4. Exhale, 3. Last 2. And one more time. And then once you're done, equally on each side, hang out, bend your right elbow, forehead or cheek down, bend your left knee. And you can reach to or towards your ankle. If you have hold of it, great, but not necessary. This is still a stretch. Tipping your hip bones down, you'll still feel that stretch here. If you have hold of your ankle, flex your foot. Soften your shoulders. And wherever you are, equal pressure, right hip bone as left hip bone. And feeling that stretch in your rectus femoris. If you're a runner or a cyclist, we carry a lot of tension here. Go ahead and switch. Bending the other elbow, bending the other knee, forehead or cheek down. Tip your hip bones, pubic bone into the floor. Beautiful. And we'll take one more breath. Now, if you want to do either side again, one on right, one on left again, that's fine. Otherwise, we can bend both. Now, here's our check. See if we can keep our hip bones, pubic bone down while still holding on. This may be as far as we want to go. You want to go a little further. Take an inhale, exhale, extend. Feel your hip bones down, falling onto the soft part of the belly. Squeezing your scapula. Now, if you don't like that, go back to one at a time. If you've been doing one at a time, this is a good time to switch to make sure that you've done that evenly. If you're here, take one more inhale and one more exhale. Come down. Take your forearms under your forehead, windshield wiper your knees. Release your low back. And then let your legs go long. Hands come under you. Round through your back in a very rounded shell stretch. Take an inhale. Exhale your arms beside you, palms facing in. Draw your shoulders down and elevate your hips. Tap your forehead. Remember, your arms might lift an inch or 2 inches off the floor, or maybe much more than that. Take that inhale to widen and that exhale. Just let the forehead rest down. And then we'll take our hands back to the hips. Hips back to the heels. We can come in to kneeling. Take a pause here. Deep inhale and exhale. Go ahead and take that right leg forward. Now, as you take that right leg forward, give yourself a couple of shifts to make sure that knee's right up over the ankle, arms up. Find an extension. Take your right hand towards your hip and lateral flexion over to the side. So as you're doing this, you're lifting up and over, kind of like what we started. Take that inhale. And as you exhale, bring your elbow to or towards the outside of that front knee. Continue to push into that front heel, maybe even looking slightly behind you. Hold there. Now, when you're ready, come back up to center and you'll straighten your front leg. Now, as you straighten your front leg, start to hinge. Reach your heart towards the bone of the big toe and then take your hands down. Maybe your fingertips are down or maybe your hands are down. As you gently pull backward with the front hip, forward with the back one. Reach your toes down and up, and then pull your toes up. Take your inside of your thigh hand and wrap it to the outside of your foot, your ankle, your shin, and just curl forward. Melt yourself over that straightest of legs. Take one more inhale and one more exhale. Take both hands to the inside, pull back, sweep around and switch. Take your other leg forward. Again, float your arms up. You can bend your elbows as you need. Spread your fingers. Tilt your back hip forward as you take that left hand towards the hip, up and over. The front knee continues to bend and you're stretching through the front of the thigh. Take an inhale and then exhale, start to rotate. Maybe you take that elbow all the way to the outside of that thigh and maybe you're up a little higher. You want to make this your own. Choose the postures, the versions that work for you. Maybe what works for me doesn't work for you. Let's take that nice inhale, lift up. Exhale, straighten that front leg, square your hips. Start with a hinge, reaching your chest toward the bone of the big toe. Maybe come down, fingers down or hands down. Start to pull backward with the front hip, forward with the back one. And you can reach your toes down and up. And then pull your toes up. Take the inside of your thigh hand. Reach it towards the outside of your thigh, your ankle, your shin, anywhere along there. Take a beautiful inhale and sigh it out. Come back to center. Taking 2 more breaths right here in the center. One more inhale and one more exhale. And then take both hands to the inside, pull back, sweep around, coming into our supported reclined position. So we take our elbows out to the side, chest is open. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, round one more time. Inhale, and then exhale. Now tabletop the legs and start to tip. So you should be a little warmer. We're heading towards the end of our practice. So as you pull that navel center in, you are thinking that's affecting the knees coming towards you. You're keeping your upper body fairly quiet. The elbows as wide as you want. 4. Here's 3. Last 2. And then up and over. So you're tilting your pelvis to your ribs. So what I'd see as an outside observer is, yes, your knees are coming closer towards your upper body, but you are feeling that snapping back, that pulling in of that navel center. Keep your chest open and think about the bottom of the rib cage curled up and over. Exhale, over, inhale through the center. Exhale, back, good. You have 4. You have 3. Last 2. And last time, come back to center, tip and hold 4. 3, now you can always stay here if you want with bent knees, otherwise go ahead and straighten the legs. Now sometimes the hamstrings fight you a little bit. If that is the case and you feel like it is distracting you from that tightness of your abdominals and that tip of pelvis to ribs, go back to bent knees. Otherwise you're here with that long lever, chest open, you have 4, 3, 2, and then go ahead and flex your feet. Little bend and stretch like you have a plate of cupcakes on your feet. Try to get a little bit of that length of that hamstring. Keep the tip of the pelvis. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bend your knees and pull those abdominals in even tighter, and then rock yourself up. Now, go ahead and either grab your Pilates ball or grab your rolled up towel. As you come all the way down, you're going to take your towel or your Pilates ball under your sacrum. So it's not under the lumbar curve, it's a little lower. And yes, you can make a little diamond with your hands too. Let's bring the legs up, take it down for 2. Now, you're likely not gonna go very low. Maybe you go as low as 45 degrees. I want you to focus on control. Feel the front of the rib cage knitting together. Feel the pelvis tipping to the ribs. The back of the rib cage is down. So if you start to feel your back arching uncontrollably off, just make your movement a little bit smaller. Again, you can take your hands as wide as you want. We know the wider the hands, the more support. And as with the last one, you do not have to straighten out those legs. Last 2. Good. Now, hold on the down. Retip the pelvis and little crosses. Now you can slightly turn the legs out if that works. We know the lower and straighter the legs are, the more demand on those abdominals. Feel your low back seeking the floor. This part of the back might not come all the way down, but it's pulling in that direction, pelvis to ribs. Keep that chin gently tucked. You have 8, you have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold on the down, retilt that pelvis. Get those legs down, maybe just a little bit lower, and then bring the legs up, and then little reverse crunches. Now maybe you're hardly moving at all. You can use your hands again as wide as you want. Use that exhale, and that exhale helps round your back. Again, we're taking advantage of that warmth we created. And as our spine is a little bit more supple, we can get a little bit more movement than we could have gotten at the beginning of our class. Exhale, 5, last 4, last 3, 2, and 1. Feet come down, lift your hips. Remove this off to the side. Let's do a few rolling bridges to finish. And rolling down. Inhale first. Exhale, roll yourself up. Inhale. And exhale, roll down. So our goal, again, just like our roll-ups, is one vertebra at a time, really squeezing the base of your seat, reaching your knees away from your hips. 2 more. 1 more time, rolling up and down. Now drawing those knees into your chest. Take a couple rolls and roll the other way. Hang on to your left knee, let your right leg go long. Rotate your ankle a couple times, one way and then the other. Soften your shoulders as you nod your chin, curl yourself up. You can extend that leg and your bottom leg also extends. Relax your shoulders. And then draw your knee in. Drape your leg across, maybe looking away, softening through those shoulders. And then coming back onto the back. Hug that right leg in, left leg is long. And again, you can rotate your ankle a couple times one way, a couple of times the other. Keep the chest wide, nod your chin, curl yourself up. That leg goes long as you draw your nose towards your knee. Other leg goes long as you feel that stretch in the front of the thigh. And then draw your knee in, drape your leg across, look away. Let your opposite shoulder blade anchor down. Full deep inhale and exhale. Let it go as you come back onto the back. Bring the soles of your feet together. Your upper body might naturally want to stay down on the floor, might want to lift like mine does. Wherever you are, you have that wide chest. Let your elbows press against the inner thighs. Give yourself that dynamic tension as you feel your sacrum heavy into the ground. Hug your knees in and roll yourself up, rounding yourself forward again. Maybe shifting your weight side to side. Feel your sitting bones come down. Relax your shoulders. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, roll up. Now, let's go ahead and grab our pillow or our bolster that we had at the beginning. And if you don't want to use it, you just come to seated. Otherwise, you can use that to, again, feel yourself grounding into your sitting bones. So sometimes also kneeling is a very hard posture for us just because of the amount of flexion on the knees. So sometimes elevating our hips will help us achieve this kneeling posture. So as you come into comfortable seated, give your shoulders a couple rolls back. Give your chin a little bit of a tuck down and a little bit of a release. And then come back to center. Close your eyes. Again, palms down to ground. Palms up to receive energy or hands together to look inward. Close your eyes. Soften the face as you unline the forehead and bring your mind back to the breath. That slow, perfect rhythm of each inhale and exhale. Every inhale pulls in fresh air, fresh intention. Every exhale releases anything not serving us. And we'll keep the shoulders drawn down, keep the eyes closed. If you haven't already, bring your hands to heart center. Power the right hand into left and the left hand into right. Drop your chin looking inward, keeping the focus on that slow, perfect rhythm of each inhale and exhale. And as we keep the focus on our breath, we take this moment to remind ourselves that whatever happens this day or any other, the calm that we feel right now is within us always. May we always be able to find it. And we'll end our class with Namaste. Thanks so much for practicing with me today in our Pilatoga Fusion. We will see you next time. Have a great day.